important for Pakistan. But if it happens or not, the electricity part, I think if it does not happen, we might be better off. But if it happens, it's going to be on the basis of a least cost violation price, if there is any, so that the extra burden of it does not come on to the consumers of Pakistan. And we are trying to implement an environment and put into place an environment where the consumers stop suffering any irrational planning that the government does in the future. So, being within the discipline of competitive power being brought onto the grid and least cost violations being paid for any strategic projects, we are wanting to move ahead and make sure that the consumer is not burdened by anything of the sort. When you talk of transition, energy transition, for me it's not just the generation part. We are in transition in so many ways, not just the generation. The transmission system of Pakistan itself is under serious transition. The distribution sector is. We're going through a privatization process. We have regulatory issues. You would have heard what we had to say yesterday about a recent determination by the regulator on the Karachi electric multi-yearly tariff. So we are evolving, and as we go through the privatization process, the distribution companies would also have to firm up their plans to make this transition absolutely painless for the consumers. In the meantime, there is a huge amount of political pressure on us to just keep allowing the solar net metering systems to come onto the grid. The grid is not transparent. We don't have complete visibility of the grid. We don't have technology to know and to tell us and to help us plan what kind of load there is on our transformers, on our feeders, on our grids, what kind of challenges, which there are for sure. The solar distributed induction into the grid is going to cause us. We don't have any information, we don't have visibility of what's happening on the single phase meter side. There is no technology available as far as meterization is concerned. In the next 2 years, we are expected to reach 3.5 million meters out of 33 million, which would be smart meters for us to be able to assess what's going on the grid. That's totally unaffordable. We need to bring into place, and we have already started working on an indigenization and interoperability based meterization program, for which the public-private partnership model would be assumed by the end of next month, and we'll be going and seeking investment on this side so that all the distribution companies are transparent enough and we have a good enough amount of data and information flowing into the planning part of the grid and the distribution companies. Base load requirement, I think Pakistan is always going to have, every country has a base load requirement, and unless technology improves to a point which the experts say it is expected to, in terms of battery storage at the household level, at the utility level, unless that happens and that becomes feasible enough in the future, we still would have at least in Pakistan, gas and coal-based plants. We are wanting to produce this power on coal and gas in a very responsible manner, making sure that the environmental hazard is absolutely minimum or is not there, and it is environmentally efficient enough for Pakistan to afford. Pakistan is hardly a contributor to this horrible climate change environment that the world is seeing today. In fact, we are on the receiving end. Pakistan has seen a lot of disaster for the people of this country in terms of floods and climate change effects that Pakistan has seen in the past few